Hey everybody, it's Q.
I'm Vic.
Welcome back. Hey listen, today's topic is going to be on the wonderful, beautiful store, Walmart, and all that happens therein. This is part one of a three-part series because there's so many different facets of Walmart that we have to actually discuss. Wait a minute. Hey, Corbett, how many? Yeah, 3. We got 3 episodes on Walmart.
Well, actually, no. Remember, you did an additional 2, so we have 5 altogether.
5?
Yeah.
It's a lot of Walmart.
I mean, we don't have to use them, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of Walmart. Anyway, so this first clip that we're going to show you guys is the...
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, okay, of the young man. There was a young man working at Walmart, and he was fired. Apparently, he was given an assignment. The supervisor said that the guy was up front for 2 hours or outside for 2 hours or something or another. Well, anyway, when the young man was fired, he was clearly confused. He had every right to be inquisitive. He was actually calm under the circumstances. And something I noticed about the supervisor was clearly upset and vexed with the employee. Now, you would think if someone were going to be upset, it would be the one that was fired. And so the employee said to the supervisor, well, why are you firing me? You can pull the tape and you'll see that I was where I was supposed to be. All in all, the supervisor would not give him a clearly definitive answer. He kept telling him that he was insubordinate and something or another. Well, there was another young man who was up front or outside for 2 hours with the employee that was fired. So, you know, he asked the reasonable question, okay, well, did you fire him as well? Now, under the circumstances, I don't take that as trying to throw the other guy under the bus, because if we are both out here at the same time doing the same thing, which I gathered he said he was doing what he was supposed to be doing,
right, you would
then
expect.
Why do you fire one and not the other?
Right, you would expect for, you know, the other person to say something, you know, in defense.
Exactly. And so, again, I was a little confused by this. So you want to roll that clip?
Yeah, Vic actually, she told you the whole clip, but we're going to go ahead and check it out. You can see this is clearly something that touches her. She has a soft spot for going for the underdog, and I understand in this particular situation.
Well, no, I'm not going to say it's for the underdog. It's just that I don't like to see people treated unfairly. And, you know, if they did something wrong, then of course they need to be appropriately disciplined. But there are steps to discipline.
True. Okay,
so we don't tend to use all of these. When you're a supervisor, you can't be personal. You can't employ, you know, you can't just draw a hard line and employ Gestapo tactics. He didn't own Walmart. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, what measures were taken prior to this incident to correct his behavior?
Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and roll the clip, and you tell us what you think. Okay. All right. Roll the clip, man.
Again?
You're terminated.
Why?
Insubordination.
Because I was out there 2.5 hours doing somebody else's job, sir?
No, because I'm trying to look for you for 2.5 hours.
No, sir. I was out here right outside, and I saw you kicking out customers at 7:40.
I do not care, Brandon. You are terminated for insubordination.
What did I do?
I have been looking for you. Don't tell me what I've
You can look at the camera, sir.
I don't care. I've been up there looking for you. Put the camera away.
No.
I said put the camera away now and give me your vest.
Are you get off of me.
Give me the vest and the badge.
Get away from me.
Give me the vest and the badge now.
Don't touch me again.
Give me the vest and the badge. I'm asking you for the vest and the badge. Because you're terminated.
Why?
I just told you insubordination.
There's no insubordination.
Yes.
You're the one that's going to end up getting fired or written up for your job. From what you're doing. You can go on your cameras, look for the last 2.5 hours what I was doing.
I have to close the store, and I am not arguing with you.
That's fine.
Put the camera down. That is against Walmart policy.
No, it's not.
To record somebody.
Mark, your
You
command.
record somebody
Mark said we can. If we had to, we see something's
You
wrong, we're allowed to
cannot
record. Sir.
While we're having this conversation. That's what an open door is about. I have Sergio here as my witness.
That's
and
okay.
I don't care about that. You want a third coaching?
You don't care. You don't care what.
With you. Give me
So now you're threatening my job with my third coaching.
You're badging your vest. You're terminated.
Why?
There's no arguing.
There's no point in what you're saying right now.
Because you don't do nothing I ask you to do.
I do everything
No,
you asked me to do. I was out there for 2.5 hours
I ain't arguing.
doing everything because y'all don't hire
badge
enough.
in the vest. Okay, I've marked down there that you didn't turn it in. That's fine, but you're terminated. Bye. Leave the store. Security, can you come into the back office back here by the
Bye, Johnny.
lounge, please?
Bye, Johnny.
Come on, sir.
Bye, Johnny.
That's 49.
We fire you too? Is he fired too?
Go.
Is he fired too or what? Because he was out there
You
with
need to
me.
worry about Brendan. You need to worry about
He was
Brendan.
out there with me.
Worry about Brendan. That's all you need to worry about.
He was out there with me, sir. Stop stepping on my feet.
Hey, if somebody, you don't need to clock out. I already clocked out.
Oh, you did? Thank you.
You're terminated.
Thank you.
Already did. Go. Ain't gonna do you a bit of good, dude. 3 coachings and insubordination ain't gonna do you a bit of good.
Okay.
So, whatever.
I hope those tapes don't disappear
Yep.
from the
Yeah.
last hours.
Yeah, okay.
Great working with you.
Asshole. So, you see what we were talking about. Now, clearly, the manager and this employee they have some previous history. But the thing that got me now, I play the devil's advocate most of the time, and I don't believe that most of the time people aren't just fired just because they need to be fired. But in this particular situation, the manager did not give a reason why the young man was to be fired.
Right.
He did. He just kept saying insubordination, but he really wouldn't tell him what the young man did. And when he did mention, well, hey, you weren't where you were supposed to be when I was looking for you, and when the young man gave a reason or gave a location to where he actually was,
And pointed out the fact
and
that
pointed
the
out,
other young
right,
man
someone else was there,
Exactly.
the manager chose to do nothing. So that actually pushed me on Vic Shea's side, because hey, you're not giving a reason to why you're trying to discipline this young man. A harsh discipline to the point where you're going to cut off his source of
extreme.
income.
Exactly.
That's really extreme.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's an abuse of power to me. Now, not to draw the whole thing out, because Walmart has some pretty fucked up individuals. So this next clip is going to be about a what is this?
We have yet another young man that was fired from Walmart. And again, let me say this.
Didn't Walmart just raise their minimum wage? Didn't they just give these people some sort of incentive? So you give them an incentive and then you fire them?
It's obviously there's something going on within the Walmart subculture that we are not aware of.
That would be a good show.
Yeah, so this guy, he was fired apparently for not saying good morning to someone. I believe it was a security guard or the manager, whatever the case may be. Now, let me say this. You are to be professional and polite to your supervisors, superiors, co-workers, customers, whomever, when you're at work. So if Walmart has a standing policy, which I'm pretty certain that they do, that you are to speak, then that's all well and fine. But again, as you listen to this man explaining to his co-workers, his
Right.
former co-workers, that he was just fired for not saying good morning to someone, you can hear the disbelief on their part. Like, seriously, but again, you know, do they have a written policy that says you will be terminated if you don't say good morning to the security guard or your supervisor? Were there other steps that should have been taken before firing him? You know, if you wanted to admonish him, write him up, give him a warning, suspend him, whatever. Okay, but come on, termination is so final. But again, it seems that this guy had a pretty good working relationship with his co-workers. And, you know, when he's asking these people, are you serious? You're going to fire me because I didn't say good morning? None of them said anything.
Well,
Okay, but what supervisor? When you're a supervisor, you cannot do that. When you're a supervisor, okay, you can't behave like the employee. You can't, and not to say this guy was behaving in any inappropriate manner, because again, as with the first young man, for someone who was just terminated, I think he handled it quite well.
okay, well, hold that thought. Let's let them check the clip
Okay.
out. All right, we're gonna let you check the clip out, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna discuss it just a little bit more. So go ahead and roll the clip.
It's correct. That's why he has nothing to say. Because he knows it's true. And this guy too, Joel, looks at girls all day. You got nothing better to do. Follow me around right now. Let's see what happens. I'm going to clean out my locker right now. Let's see what they do. This is Ted, my last day at Walmart. And I don't even care. It's my last day at Walmart. Being walked out. Yep. Yep. Last day at Walmart. That easy. Just for not saying good morning to somebody. That's all it takes. Get out of Walmart real quick. Don't even mind it. Hey bro, it's been a pleasure, bro. I'm done at Walmart. Signing out. Well, Justin, it's been real, bro, but I'm out of Walmart, bro. I'm out. This is my documentary. They're firing me. Yeah, they're gonna follow me around. Watch. Yep. Ricardo, it's been a pleasure, bro. My last day at Walmart, bro.
Last day.
Yep. Last day. It's a good day. Yeah, it's my last day, so I'm filming it because they're gonna follow me around until I leave. I'm gonna clean out my locker right now. Or we're not saying good morning or something like that. Wouldn't even let me record them in the room because they know they're wrong. They know they're making up rules. My last day at Walmart, dude. They just fired me, bro. But we're not saying good morning. Yep. Said they felt disrespected and stuff like that. Respect for the individual. Stuff like that. So I told them I'm gonna record, you know, since they're gonna fire me, I'm gonna record as I'm out the door. I'll put them on record. I said, ain't that right? And this is what you did. And they wouldn't say nothing because they know they're on camera. Yeah. I told him, you can have my smock. You can have this badge. I don't want it. It's good working when you do. Yeah, man. Let's see what's waiting for me out front. Well, no more Ted, Jackie. They fired me for being disrespectful. Well, respect for the individual. I didn't say hi to Chance. You know, they just woke me up, and every day it's good morning, good morning. You know, they come around harassing me. I say one day I just didn't feel like talking to him. I say hi to Joel, so he don't say hi to me. They say respect for the individual. They fired me for that. So,
Was it anything more than that?
Nope. That's it. That's all it takes.
Who did it?
Chance. I'm gonna follow up on it though. I don't think that's right.
All right.
Thanks, Jackie.
Let me know.
Bye. I'm gonna stop recording this. Something in my car. They hate the fact that I got evidence. They don't know how to conduct business at a professional level. They wouldn't even let me record this in there because they know what they were doing was not legal was not justified. Justify this, Walmart. Say good morning to me. For what? I'm busy working. You don't got no work for me. You don't need to be worrying about me saying good morning to you. Does that make you feel better? Somebody say good morning, you fire him over it because you don't like him? Better jobs out here. There's definitely better jobs out here. Alright. Nobody followed me though. See that? Signing out.
All right, so I see. I'm more than sure that you can see what Vic was talking about. But now, this particular situation, I got to take a totally different stance. Okay, they're not going to just fire you for not speaking. They're not going to. Something else took place. Something that we, the viewers, we're not privy to. We weren't able to actually see what went on. Now we can just go off of the video by itself, which is kind of ludicrous. It's kind of stupid to believe that these two individuals who hold down the position of management or field management of all of these individuals that work on the plantation known as Walmart, that they would be stupid enough to go ahead and fire someone for not saying good morning and open themselves up to massive lawsuits, so forth and so on, for wrongful termination. So it would lead me to believe that there's something else going on with this particular employee.
Well,
now,
no.
hold on for a minute. Now, the other thing that I got to commend the management for, they didn't say anything.
But therein lies the problem. You are taking someone's livelihood. So if they had said something that alluded to the fact that, you know, this young man had been forewarned, or they didn't have to go into detail, okay, this has already been explained to you. You are well aware of why you're being terminated. We've had this conversation before, whatever the case may be. And on top of that, they called security. So when you give someone a pink slip, you already have security, the police, or whomever at the ready. So that leads me to believe that, yeah, this was kind of an impromptu thing.
Right.
And so, again, so that's the segue into our next clip.
Yeah, well, you know, like we said in the beginning, this whole Walmart thing is something really, really interesting. And, you know, just the entire subculture of Walmart. We all shop at Walmart. We go into Walmart, but we're pretty focused on going in, getting what we need to get, and getting out. But we never really stop and pay attention to the employees and literally what's going on inside of the store. And honestly, I think that we all need to, because judging from the videos that we see on the internet and judging from the experiences that we actually have inside of these stores, something big is going to end up taking place at one of these Walmart stores. And I really would hate for one of us to be caught up in that and not pay attention to it. So this next clip is going to be of
The behavior of the manager. I just roll the clip.
okay, we're going to roll the clip.
There's your receipt, out the door.
I didn't give a receipt. Clean up both of them. I didn't give it. And they said I come down here and bring my battery, and how strong it is battery.
Okay, goodbye.
And they
Call 1-800
they
Walmart.
said
I don't want
they
to
give
hear
me my
anymore.
$12 and
Goodbye.
$13 back.
Goodbye.
Why do you want me to treat me that way?
Because you're sitting up here causing a ruckus. Look at everybody looking at you like you're a crazy man.
Well, they're
Get out
looking
the store.
at you. You're the one that's been
I'm not doing
been a
anything.
bitch.
Out of my store now.
You're being a bitch.
You fix to see one out. Now.
You're fixing. What is your name?
Debbie.
Well, I want
Out.
to know your whole name. Give-
Debbie. That's all
Write
you
it
need to
down
know.
for me.
I ain't
want
writing
to know-
nothing down for you.
I want to know your name.
Get out
I'm
here.
going to get your ass. Give me your
Go.
whole name. Give me your whole name. You've got
Debbie.
enough authority
My name is
to order
Debbie.
me out.
Go.
Debbie's not good enough for me. Would you
Go.
give me her name?
This man needs to escort you to sit here, cussing me, and stuff all
doesn't-
this. B-word, making his pants
Can't
out.
disrupt business, sir. You're
I'm
gonna.
not disrupting business. They're
Yes, you are.
cheating me out of my money here.
Out.
Cheating me, and she's backing it up. They're cheating me out of my money, cash money, right here.
All right, so listen, I'm all for customer service. all for customer service, because the power rests in your hands to end the conversation by simply just walking away.
Well, okay. No. When you are in the field of customer service now, in no way do I subscribe to the customer is always right, because quite often they're wrong. But when you assume the responsibility of accepting a job as the supervisor or the manager, you must develop a thick skin, okay? You have to be customer oriented. So now, in the clip, the guy at some point, she said that he called her a bitch. Guess what? He's the customer. Did he have a right to call her a bitch? No. But he's not employed by the store, so there are options. Why don't you just ban, bar, trespass him from the premises? To say to the other employees in line or in their presence, oh, he's acting like a crazy man. Okay, you are a representative of this company.
I agree.
That was unprofessional.
I agree.
So you cannot posture in that manner.
I agree.
And if you can't control or contain yourself, then guess what? You're ill prepared to be in the position of a supervisor. It is what it is.
Right.
So somebody calls you names,
Right.
get over it.
Right, and the bottom line to it, in my opinion, is, you're right. You get over the situation. You don't let
And you
someone's
be quiet.
right.
And you
you,
call
right.
security.
You don't let someone's words get to you, because ultimately, like I just said in the beginning of the clip, you have that power. Lady, you just kind of stooped to his level when you didn't have to.
Absolutely. It's all about, oh, I'm not going to let somebody punk me or embarrass me or this or the other. But I would never, ever employ someone with that mentality. I would not, because you need someone who's going to de-escalate.
True.
Okay, and again, you can't always de-escalate. And, when people get in your space and they become aggressive and hostile, that's a whole other story. But she went back and forth with an elderly man in a wheelchair
Absolutely.
or whatever he was in. I mean, come
Absolutely.
on now.
Right.
And then again, we all know that a lot of elderly people are set in their ways.
Mhm.
They're cranky. They're this, that, and the third. They may be wrong. This man is a senior citizen. I'm not saying the senior citizens, can't be wrong.
Yeah, 'cause
but
oftentimes they
you
are.
don't need to disrespect him. Just let him talk to himself.
Right.
It's just that simple.
But I mean, what did you say before? This is it's interesting, because it seems like this is the type of people that they're
Well, you know
employing,
what?
right?
Because they are employing supervisors who are not equipped to properly deal with customers, and they're not skilled in customer service tactics. That's why they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, and they are hiring the caliber of people that they are hiring. Therefore, that's why they are attracting the caliber of customer and the behaviors that come along with the customer that they're attracting. Now, don't get me wrong. Professional, civilized people shop at Walmart. And again, you said it earlier, we go into a store and we have not a clue as to what's going on behind closed doors, but Walmart just keeps getting caught with their pants down.
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't have to shop at Walmart. I'm not like boycotting or picketing the store, but it is turning into a very undesirable
It's funny to me.
business. it is. But again, let's roll the clip with the employees
Oh,
fighting
yeah.
in the locker
Oh, my
room.
gracious. Now this
This is with the two girls.
Yeah, this brawl was ridiculous. Well, we actually have two clips, because we have one clip with two young ladies that were fighting, but then we also have another.
Right, but let's do the one with the two young
Yeah,
ladies fighting.
we'll do the two young ladies first, and then you guys tell us what you think about this. And
Right,
take
because
it
with
from
the two young ladies fighting, you have to say to yourself, okay, are these supervisors assisting in breeding the contempt and hostility that these people, and disregard and disrespect
Right.
that they feel and that they show toward one another? Because, I mean, if you have supervisors that don't take pride in their job, then of course, you know, studies and statistics will show that workers, especially new workers, quite often take on the traits of their supervisor. So when you have a supervisor who has a whatever mentality, that's the type of employee you're gonna
Okay,
get.
I got you. Let's check out the clip real quick.
Oh, what's up? Bitch, what's up? Okay.
Now, I'm trying to be nice with you.
Get off of me, bitch.
I'm trying to be nice. Come on,
Hell.
come on, y'all. Now, I'm trying to be nice with
Fuck off
you.
of me.
My food! God damn it, my fucking food! God damn my food!
Right here.
Come on.
Get off
Let
of
me
me.
go, bitch.
No, Right here. Get off of me.
Move the table back, man.
Get the fuck out
Come
of
on,
me.
y'all.
My motherfucking food. God damn it.
That's that shit. Let me go.
Get the fuck out of me.
Let me go.
You let me go.
Hey, you come on this, bro. Come on
Let
this.
me go. Come on. Come on.
Right here. Get off of me.
Go on. Let me go.
Right here. Get off of me.
Little bitch got me.
I got
Come
you.
on, y'all. Come on, let
There
go.
go my food. The soda and shit, man. Somebody owe me some goddamn
She
money.
on me.
Get up.
She on me. Straddling
She
me.
gotta get up though. You holding her. Come on, Nash.
Come on, let go. Let me go.
What's going on?
Let me go. Tell the bitch let me go. Come on, let me go. Get up. Get up. Let me go. Let me go.
No, get
Come on,
off.
let go.
Hey, get up.
Get off of me.
Get up. Hey, come on.
Stop. Let go. Come on, let go.
Fighting.
Guys, keep back. Hold on to this.
Let go.
All right, hey, we're back. So I'm hoping that you could see what we were speaking
It's
of.
like Jerry Springer.
Yeah, actually, it is like Jerry Springer, Maury Povich. But hey, that's the culture that they want to breed. Those are the type of individuals that they believe that they can control. Okay, mental slavery. You know, it's wild because I mentioned the plantation style of Walmart, and it's truly like a plantation. If you ever walked in there, you have your indentured servants as the managers who are in control over the plantation, or the field workers who are the employees who work for little of nothing and are subjugated to just the worst, circumstances and the worst conditions and the worst people, So
Well, it seems the policies that are enforced and the rules seem to be willy-nilly based upon who is supervising or who's on
True.
duty at that time.
True.
And so when you have such errant and deviant behavior that goes unchecked in the workplace, it leads to our next clip. Because, again, I'm not an advocate of violence, okay? But everyone has a breaking point. Now, I'm not saying that this guy's behavior was appropriate, because in no way was it appropriate, and he should have been arrested. But again, you have the manager just antagonizing him. He's repeatedly antagonizing him. Then you have the employees in the back that are videotaping this.
okay, don't let them see the video.
Okay.
All right, we're going to roll this next clip, and this is probably the most disturbing of all. Check it out.
The whole half of that parking lot. You saw that. And no. Let me finish, bro.
doing your job.
You dumbass, what it was, I was being sarcastic for you. No, ma'am, don't take up for him, because this man is a racist. He is a racist. And I'm a freaking veteran. Nobody's going to sit up here and disrespect me for doing what I'm supposed to do. Nobody is going to do that. Yeah, no. For one, I got news for you. No, for one, you don't disrespect people like that. Had I been somebody else, it would have turned into a whole other problem. Now you're sitting here walking around because you know you're wrong.
You were such a liar.
I'm a liar?
You're a liar.
I'm a liar?
I'm calling you a liar.
Oh, okay.
Don't hit him.
Who came to me after all this happened. Really? He reported last night to Marvell, and I let him know what happened. And what we're going to do is get Hardell, Natasha, any other store manager who needs to be in there. We're going to get the security cameras flashed at around 10:40 to 10:50.
Right. You're right.
No, I know
that
exactly.
you're right. That's the only thing you're right about.
That's the only thing
That's the only thing you're right about.
Dude, you got a back to you see how he's in front of me, right? How he's getting all big and bad, right? You see this? And I had to put my hands on him once.
He being big and bad.
I'm saying back up, so I'm telling you right now.
You're a fake.
I'm a fake.
Yeah, you're a fake.
Well, I'll let you know this. Your pen is mighty powerful from the store. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know. You got me shaking. Okay. You're good.
Okay, well, you already know that you out of the job. Let it go. You already out of the job. Let it go. I know. It's a done deal.
I ain't worried about anybody.
Tell me when you can't fire him.
Why do I have to worry about anybody?
They can make him leave the building.
You can't curse. Anytime you curse, that's against it. You get fired for that. Yeah. You can't curse. You can't use profanity.
You can't curse.
No. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Are you fucking serious right now? Are you fucking serious?
Did you hit him?
Oh, my God.
I want, Arvel, I need you back to the
It was a hell of a punch.
Yeah, it was, but it was not a surprise.
It wasn't a surprise. And you mentioned right before the clip, you mentioned the employees in the background. You could hear the employees in the background saying, don't hit him, don't hit him.
Right. And then she says, well, he's already out of a job. But now, granted, she had a band on. But again, it's I've stated this several times. I understand that you don't want to become physically involved in a confrontation. You don't want to get hurt. Instead of watching it, though, if you're not going to break it up, go call the police, go get security, do something. It appears that Walmart needs the National Guard on standby.
They actually need something more than the security that they have.
But did you see with the manager, his behavior? Again,
absolutely.
You are a manager, you are a supervisor of Walmart. You know, so do you think you have an S on your chest or something? Did he really think that this man was not going to hit him?
Well,
I think
actually,
he was going to hit him.
Well, see, the thing is, all of us knew he was going to hit him, except for the manager, because the manager's probably walking around, again, like an indentured servant, thinking that he's untouchable, when they're not. Okay? The bottom line to it is you treat people the way that you want to be treated, even in a supervisory position.
Absolutely.
You treat people the way you want to be treated. That's how you become a leader. You have to learn how to follow. In order to follow, you have to get down there and work with your people and see how they like to be treated. Then they'll give that respect right back to you.
Right, and there's nothing, if you notice that a person, their work is not up to par, okay, it doesn't make you a bad supervisor to say to the person, okay, look, these are the rules. This is our standing policy. However, is it something going on with you? What is it that I can do as a supervisor to help you? Yeah, some people may have child care issues. You know, they may have a sick spouse or a sick parent, or, you know, the dog died the day before. You never know what's going on with people.
Right.
Okay, so it's nothing wrong with you extending yourself to see what you can do to bring this employee up to a higher level. It seems that they don't take that approach, though.
Yeah, they don't. And, you know, something else that I noticed, as a manager, if you have a problem with an employee, you don't discuss your employee's problems or the problem that you have with that employee in front of other employees. You take that employee to a private place, you sit them down, and you discuss it, just like Vic said. And then you work out whatever the problem may be, but you move them to a private location. So basically what this manager did, he challenged this young man in front of his peers.
Yeah.
Not knowing what situation this young man had going on at home, but any person back into a corner in front of a whole bunch of people, are going to feel challenged, and they're going to retaliate.
All right, but I don't know what type of training they're giving their supervisors, but from the very onset, the supervisor, the manager, should have known this guy was done.
Yeah.
He should have known.
He should have known it. And unfortunately, you know, it not only cost that young man his job, but it probably cost him his freedom, because they did call the police.
Well, he was wrong. He should have kept his hands
he was
to
wrong.
himself.
He should have kept his hands to himself. But see, the bottom line to it is this. No one wants to go to work and have to deal with the violence that we see on a day-to-day basis on the news and on the streets of most of the areas that we grew up in. Your workplace should be much like your home. It should be a place where you go, workplace to focus on work, but be peaceful.
Right.
Okay? You shouldn't have to be, placed in the position to have to deal with that. So I'm sorry that the manager ended up getting the shit knocked out of him, knocked the fuck out. And I'm also sorry that that young man had to lose his job and probably lose his freedom. All this to say, we can all work and we can all do better if we just all take the time to just understand the next person that we're dealing with.
This is about Walmart, though. Walmart needs to put forth a significant effort to hire desirable employees.
Well, but see, that is another segment in its own, because if you look at Forbes billionaire list, Walmart is the Walmart family is high up there. Is within, if I'm not mistaken, the top 20, and they make so much money because they're able to retain most of that money and hire people for little of nothing.
US's version of "Let's go broke in the sweatshop"?
No, this is
that what it is?
This is new form of slavery.
Okay, but again, even in these sweatshops, but that's what I'm talking about, though. So everything goes. So you know what? They violate all the child labor laws.
Yeah,
the
look
working
at
conditions are atrocious.
Look at the videos.
But
Look
again,
at the videos.
You know what?
Look at the news.
Again, I mentioned Jerry Springer before. If someone invited me to say, "Oh, I want you to go on a Jerry Springer show," when they had it, I have a surprise for you. Already know that you're going to be humiliated.
You know what type of show it is.
You're going to get your ass beat.
Right. You know what type of show it is.
Right. So to take a job at Walmart, you already know that you're not working in a safe environment.
Well, but see, no, I'm not going to blame anybody for working at Walmart, because to be truthful with you, a lot of the people that work at Walmart are individuals who have a hard time getting jobs elsewhere. I commend Walmart for hiring those individuals, but the bottom line, the bottom line to it is, hold on
they're
for a minute.
hiring those individuals because, again, you have another caliber of professional that will not work there. They don't want to work there. So I disagree with you on that.
Well, I mean, I understand that. We want to politely agree to disagree.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, even though you hire individuals who've had issues with getting jobs elsewhere, it still does not mean that we have to put up with the nonsense that we see and that we hear that goes on at Walmart. We don't. Okay? All of it, to be truthful with you, it starts from the management on down. Your employees are going to act only the way that you project. If you project professionalism and you perfect excellence, then your employees are going to do the same. And the ones that don't, then you politely and quietly, you let them go.
Well, you have to lead by example. And you know what? Everyone can't be a leader. There have to be followers. But you want them to follow you in the right manner. Right. Okay. So I don't think they have these problems at Target.
Yeah, I've never seen a Target video, but I mean, maybe someone has it. And listen, if you do have a Target video, come on, send it to us. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and leave you guys. Hey, I'm Q.
I'm Vic.
Have a nice night.